Hey everybody, Audrey here, the Fit, Fearless, and Faithful Mom. Thanks so much for coming back. If it's your first time, thanks for joining me. Would love for you to tap that subscribe button, tap that bell so that you can join the party over here where I relate fitness to faith. I talk about homeschooling and a whole lot of other sprinkles in between. So let's get talking about pets today. We are at the 6-month anniversary of our dog Blitz dying, born on October 6th, 2011. And we actually got him from a breeder and they let us take him 4 weeks old. So we actually bottle fed him. He fit in the palm of our hand when we got, he was tiny when we got him, and we actually bottle fed him. He died on December 16th, 2018, and it was pretty unfortunate because we were actually on our road trip and we had a family watching Blitz. Now, let me backtrack just a minute here. It was the beginning of 2018, had to kennel, and they called us and said, hey, Blitz has a heartworm. Now, Cody has always been diligent about giving Blitz Triflexis every single month. On the first of the month, giving him his Triflexis, giving him everything to prevent this heartworm. So here's what we found out, and this is a disclaimer for all those of you who have pets. Do not buy your stuff from 1-800-PET-MEDS or any of the online distributors. Here's why. So it's really nice that you can get those pet meds for a discounted price, but the problem with it is that they do it at a discount because the pet medications and the heartworm medications are oftentimes kept in warehouses that are not temperature controlled, which affects the integrity of the medication, which is unfortunately what happened to Blitz. So even though we gave him the medication, it had malfunctioned and Blitz got a heartworm. They said, listen, no problem, we're going to start treating him. And we said, okay. So Blitz was then monitored all throughout 2018. He was monitored for months, and they said, okay, listen, the heartworm is dying, not a problem, Blitz looks great. A little bit more time goes by, and we left for our trip on December 6th. The family who was watching him, they're part of our homeschool group. Wonderful, wonderful family. They were taking care of both Evie and Blitz. Evie is our smaller dog, and Blitz was massive. He was 110 pounds of love, absolute love, amazing, obedient dog. So the family was watching him. He was playing just fine, no problems. We took him to the doctor the day before we dropped him off with this family, and they're like, wow, his heart rate is great, everything is perfect, no problems, good. We dropped him off at the family, and I was missing the dogs, and I never thought that I would truly be a dog person until we got a dog, and then I became an animal lover, which is how we ended up adopting Evie. We go on our road trip, I get pictures of the dogs, they look super happy, and they're playing with this family. It was kind of funny because I got a message from the mom and the dad, and they're like, this was supposed to be our son's responsibility, want to make some extra money, and so they started pet sitting. They're like, but we have fallen in love with these dogs. Well, then December 16th comes, and I see on my phone it says Lori calling, and I thought, something's not right. Audrey, Blitz isn't himself. Yesterday he was running around the yard. He said his breathing is labored and he won't move. And I said, well, he is really big. And I said, I know it's not warm outside, but sometimes he will, Blitz was 7 in December, so not really old. I said, look, give it a little bit more time, but maybe wait a little bit to take him to the doctor. So I hang up with her, and then her husband called me 15 minutes later, and he said, Audrey, look, I know that you just talked to my wife, but I really don't have a good feeling about this. Something's not right. Like, he won't even get up for a treat. Audrey, I'm really concerned about him. Something that I regret and I feel really foolish about is I once again said, don't worry, I think he's okay. So Cody got back to the hotel room. I told him, I said, look, I think you should call Kenny back. Do you wanna call him back? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, so we're walking around. My phone rang and I missed it. And Kenny said, Audrey, please have Cody call me ASAP. So Cody's on the phone and he looks really concerned. And the look on Cody's face, I knew it wasn't good. And I thought, okay, something has happened, but don't think the worst. Everything's gonna be okay. And then Cody got off the phone and he had one big choice word and he busted out crying. And then I started crying. And he had an awareness. Animals have an awareness. Like, he had these different play levels with all of us. He'd play rough with Cody, medium with me, and then super light with the kids. Like, the kids would like reach in his mouth and like grab his tongue, and he'd just like lay there. And even Evie, our little dog, she would actually sleep on him and like ride him like a horse. Then when I was pregnant, he knew. And so when I would be working out and I'd be stretching, he would try and get as close to my stomach as possible and put his head on my stomach. And it was so beautiful. And so now I say all of this because, you know, I've heard like, you know, you'll see your animal again in heaven and all this. And while it's sweet and while it's comforting, I go back to what is heaven supposed to be? It's supposed to be about God. And I don't want to take anything away from the animal that left a little paw print, a big monster paw print on my heart. But if I need to see my dog in heaven, I'm not ready for heaven and I'm not ready for God. My humanness doesn't like that. And so that may seem weird to some of you, but God gives us these little treasures, whether we find it in a flower, whether we find it in an animal. St. Francis of Assisi, man, he loved animals. Like when you see statues of him, he's got like birds around him. And, you know, he used to like go into the forest and like talk to the animals and stuff, and they would come to him. We're called to be stewards of the earth. We're called to take care of the earth and, you know, taking care of the animals. So do I miss him? Yeah, I really do, especially since, you know, we're outside every single day and he used to run around with us every day, or, you know, if he used to always like be at our feet. So I found myself like weepy the other day because I was looking at his doghouse, and I don't know if anyone thinks that this video is kind of strange or not, but I guess my point is enjoy things on earth here, but remember that, you know, the ultimate goal is to get to Christ. So one of the ways that I guess we've kind of taken care of Blitz until his death, and some people might think this is strange, but I don't know. So we wanted to like honor Blitzy. One of my friend's husbands started a pet cremation service, and it's called 4 Paws Pet Cremation that I'm going to link below. And so we wanted to have him make a paw print for us that, you know, like has his name, and then look, that's like even his nail. And then we actually have his remains in this little box with his dog tag. So this was, there was a bunch of boxes that you could have chosen from. We liked this because it was a little masculine for Blitz. And then one of the things that I asked for was for his hair. So this is a little bit of his hair. Hope I don't lose subscribers over this, but if I do, sorry. The way that we honored little Blitzy. Little big Blitzy. My point of this is don't get completely attached to everything that is in front of us. Enjoy all the gifts that God has for us on earth. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care. If I can pray for you in any way, please let me know, and I will catch up with you next time. Tap that subscribe button, tap that little bell if you haven't done so already, and take care. Bye.